It's your man down, Tony producer. What you say now? And the Line Dance Connection. What you say now? Tap performer. And my girl Queen Sheila. What you say now? Come on, get busy. It's the Line Dance Connection. Come on. It's the Line Dance Connection. Yeah, it's the Line Dance Connection. Come on. Let's work. It's the Line Dance Connection. Come on. All right, y'all.
What you say now?
We about to get live right here. Are y'all ready?
What you say now?
Let's.
All right. Hello, and welcome to Let's Talk Soul Line Dance. I'm your host, Queen Sheila, and I'm so excited to be here today. I tell you, we have a great show for you. Please stay online with us and watch. It's going to be grand. But before I introduce our guest for today, I want to introduce my co-host, none other than Lamont Friesen, a.k.a. your boy, Fry. Woo, woo.
What's happening? What's happening, Queen? What's going on with y'all? Hey, I'm doing good. Hey, listen. How was your birthday weekend? I seen some pics that Joe. I mean, how was your birthday weekend?
Oh my God, we had a great time. We really had a great time. And we danced till our feet hurt. We took the shoes off and danced some more, you know.
That's usually what y'all do when y'all get together. So I seen the pics up, and I seen that you had a party and had to get together with your people. So I know you enjoyed it. And again, happy belated birthday. Even though I told you when it was your birthday, but I'm glad that you had a good time. So we got a good show for them today, right?
Yes, we do. Oh my God, we do. I'm so excited. We have a celebrity in the house again. You know, his name is Kenneth Johnson, but we know him as Kenny J. So we're going to bring him in so that you all can meet him face to face, because all over the world, we'll know who Kenny J is. All right. Hey, Kenny.
You got it. Bring him in. Go ahead.
Okay.
There we go. There he is.
Hey, Kenny. How you doing?
How's everybody doing? Oh, life is beautiful. How you guys doing?
Good. No complaints. You know, we woke up this morning, so I'm good.
Absolutely.
And you as well. Yes. So go ahead, Lamont.
All right, Kenny. So Kenny J. So it's Kenny J. And you're from Willingboro, New Jersey. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's my home.
So I have to ask you. That's your hometown. Okay. So where actually is Willingboro, New Jersey?
So if you're familiar with any military bases, it's right outside of Fort Dix, New Jersey. So it's like New Jersey is actually. It seems like New Jersey doesn't have a state of its own, because in New Jersey, if you're up in North Jersey, you affiliate yourself with New York. If you're in South Jersey, you affiliate yourself with Philadelphia. And so Willingboro is South Jersey. So as it relates to line dancing, like when I first started, what we did, we represented the Philadelphia style line dancing, because it's right over the bridge for me. So, but I'm originally from Baltimore. So
Baltimore.
Okay.
All right. So what we're gonna do for you, Kenny, man, we're gonna ask you some questions, and some will be scripted, some will be off the script. I'm happy because I got a guy on the show with me, and it's usually women on the show. So I'll be pumped when I have a guy on the show, because we can talk man talk. We don't get overpowered by the women. All right. But Queen gonna start you off with the question. What you got for him, Queen?
Okay, I just want you to tell us something about yourself.
Oh, something about myself.
Yes.
Okay, so like I said, I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm retired military, so that's how I ended up in New Jersey. I was stationed at Fort Dix. Got out at Fort Dix. Did a tour in Iraq with the military. Thought that was enough for me, so I decided to leave that alone. And now I work in the finance world, and the line dance thing has become like a second job to me. So, but a fun kind of second job. So it has taken a life of its own. So I enjoy what I do. So I'm single. Just for those, because a lot of people wonder, and they say, I should say I'm divorced. So but
Well,
a lot of people wonder.
are you single? Are you single then? There it is. Yeah, it is.
My status is, so, but you know what? In a nutshell, I'm that guy that loves to laugh. That I enjoy life, everything it has to offer, and I'm blessed. So I cannot go without giving thanks to God, because I'm blessed. A lot of people is not able to say that, especially in this predicament that we're in now. We like you said earlier, Queen. We woke up. We woke up today. So so no matter how you look at it, I'm blessed.
Yes.
And that's
Well, listen, I want to thank you for your time in the military. Thanks for serving our country in the military. I mean, usually, like, growing up, people going to the Army from school, just like it was a thing to do. But now, man, I'm not in the military. My dad was, but I salute anybody that takes care of our country, man. So to you, I salute, man. Thanks for what you do for this country, what you've done for this country. Now, I do have to ask you though, when you was in the military, was you line dancing there? Over in Iraq, line dancing? What were you? When did you start?
I did take some music with me, thinking, because they kind of told you a little fib. They told me. So before I went to Iraq, I was a first sergeant of a drill sergeant unit. So I was a drill sergeant. Then I was a first sergeant. I commanded a drill sergeant unit, and first thing they told us, our wartime mission, if war broke out, we would go to an active duty post and take over the drill sergeant jobs, and the drill sergeant's active duty would go to war. We would never go to war. That's what they told us. So that was the first false thing they told us. So then when we were going, they told us, well, you'll never see any action. You're going to be behind in what was called the green zone, and you're going to be training. So my thought was, I can do this. I'm going to take some music. I'm going to set up some line dance classes. That too was a story. There was no time for stuff. And to that extent, while I was there, I came home for leave. And Curtis Good, my boy Curtis Good, they used to have this thing in June, the first weekend in June. It was the United We Dance.
Okay.
And I came home just in time for that, just on leave. And I went to that event, and I felt so out of place, because I had been gone at least 7 to 8 months now. And there were so many dances that I had no clue of. So I'm sitting there. It was tough for me to sit in that seat and watch everybody else enjoy themselves, and me not getting that floor. So there was, you miss 1 month and it's crazy. Could you imagine missing 6, 7, 8 months? So yes.
Okay.
Wow. I just wanted to tell you, Kenny, though, you, like you were saying, I'm blessed. Well, I know you know that dance, so I hope you do. I'm blessed. Ask me how I'm doing. I'm blessed. Charlie Wilson.
So now the thing with that, there are so many, there are so many dances. When a good song comes out, there are so many dances done to it. So I will tell you that somebody locally, and you guys probably know him, Brooklyn Ed, he also has a dance to that song.
Okay.
Brooklyn Ed, right next door to each other. That's the dance that I originally learned. So I might not be familiar with the one, and I know you choreographed one, so I might not be too familiar with yours. But now that I know about it, I'm gonna go back and check it out. So.
Okay, yeah, he did. Lamont did it. He did a great job. We just adopted it, after he birthed it. Mm-hmm. He made it and birthed it, and we adopted it. That's all. But it's Lamont.
The thing about line dancing is that it's people don't understand how universal it is. Like it's almost like a university, a line dance university, and it's everywhere. So I'm blessed could be here in Nashville it started, but it could go, but then somebody else on another leg could have it. So it's not, to me, it's never a right or wrong, or that's his, that's theirs. It's like whatever a person's feeling, whatever catch on where you are, then that's what it is. Because dance is just
interesting. You should say that. I will tell you, when I first got into this thing, I had no concept and it wasn't as universal. I agree with you. It is universal now, but it wasn't as universal then, to the extent that I didn't even think anyone else did it. I thought only people in Philadelphia did it. And I will tell you, I mentioned his name before, Curtis Good. I met him in my early years, and I believe he thought only people in the Midwest did it. And we kind of did an exchange. And I'm not gonna sit here and take credit for everything, but I will tell you a lot of the mixing and the sharing and getting people together. I think a lot of that was initiated on my behalf and Curtis Good's behalf. I think early on, before people really got into it, my part was mainly through YouTube. Curtis's part was through his United We Dance. He was like hitting the pavement, running to this city. Oh, you guys line dance in that city? Oh, we have a thing every June. Oh, you guys line. And then we get on the phone. Kenny J, I just met somebody from California. They're doing it there. Oh, I just met somebody from Atlanta. They're doing it there. And I saw it growing in all these different states. So again, I'm not going to sit here and take credit for all of that, but I will tell you that between Curtis Good and myself, we played an instrumental part in getting R&B and soul line dancing, and as they called it, hustles, out to the worldwide community.
Yeah, but you know what? Line dance people are so humble. Look, take credit for it, bro. Take credit for it. Look, I gotta tell everybody come on this show, man. Listen, you gotta be your biggest fan. See, sometimes when we growing up, they used to call it being conceited. Well, you're not being conceited at all. I think you're confident, and if you did it, you did it. I don't care what nobody says.
I agree with you, but you know why I say that I don't want to take total credit for it? Because just like when I first started doing this, I thought only people in Philadelphia was doing it. There might be somebody in Texas or somebody in California that was back in that day doing the exact same thing. And the problem is I just don't know about it. So I don't want to sell them short. I can tell you what my part is and what my belief is, how it relates to this. But that's not to discredit anyone else.
Right.
And that's why I say I don't want to totally take credit, because somebody else may have been doing the same thing. But I do know what part Curtis Good and myself played in it. So
absolutely. Because I've heard of United We Dance. I just didn't. I mean, I think I was part of a group, or I'm not. I joined into one. I didn't know what it was. I mean, I knew it was line dance people, but every time it was like growing. I just used to go in there to see like comments or this and they had some stuff going on. I just didn't know nobody. I was just like, oh, that's what's up, And the thing about it is that it's so universal to where you all could have had a piece of the pie that was going on your end, and somebody else had a piece of the pie, and that's what probably made the pie whole. Because man, I was up north when I started line dance. I'm in Tennessee now, that's where I was born and raised, but I was in Akron, Ohio, so Akron and Cleveland, and we would do cabarets. And so they would do hand dancing, they would do ballroom dancing, they would do line dancing. And when I moved back to Nashville, I didn't think nobody in Nashville did it. So I started doing it, and it was like, yeah, Black do it and BA do it. I was like, wow. So so I think it all just came together just on the dance floor. So that's where I met with it.
Yes, I was gonna say, Melva Stennis said thank you for your service. She's also a military family. I was reading on your page, or somewhere I think on your page, said you were a first sergeant in the U.S. Army for over 24 years.
I served over 23 years. Yes. 23 years,
and,
I got out as a first sergeant. Yes. So, and I started my line dance group. I am Kenny J Productions. And early on, what I had even before the organization was a line dance performance team. And I took what I learned in the military as a leader, specifically as a drill sergeant. What I learned from my fraternity, shout out to Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. So what I learned from stepping with them what I learned as a drill sergeant and what I learned as it relates to leadership in the military. I took that and implemented it into my line dance organization and my line dance performance team. So everything I've done throughout my life sort of plays a part in who I am. It formed me and shaped me into and the people that know me, the people within I Am Kenny J and the people in this area that's close, they see and they know that I am the product of the military, of the fraternity, of the education, and of the family. So I'm thankful.
Praise
That's what's up.
God. That's a
What's up.
blessing.
So listen, let's talk some man talk for a minute. So us men, you know, we have high blood pressure. Especially us African American men, we have high blood pressure. One thing that what do you think? And you probably already do it, and you can help me out that we can get us men to buy into line dancing for exercise. I teach a line dance. I do line dance exercise class, a line dance workout class, but it's all women. You know, I probably have about 2 or 3 guys that may show up. Another guy
That's
be
the
like,
key right there, brother. That's the key right there. That's the key. It's all women, and I say that because years ago, early on, I was while in the military, we had this military ball where we had to dress up in what we call our dress blues. So we have on bow ties. It's a formal event. We have dinner and so forth, and then there's a little dance party afterwards. Well, the dance party wasn't the kind of dance party that me and people like me were used to. So I knew there was a line dance party in the neighborhood, and I tried to get some of my military buddies to go. Now, I've been talking to them about line dancing for the longest time, and they would throw this, what do you wear, tutu? Oh, I ain't going there. What are you doing?
right.
Now, this particular night, we're all dressed up, and they really want to bounce. So we got to get out of here. Anywhere else, and you know, they're from all over New Jersey. So I said, hey, I know where we can go. Y'all just get in your cars and follow me. And they went. And just like you said, it's 95% women. So now all these military guys dressed up, and they're looking around, and they played. When I got there, they played me up. Oh my God, it's Sergeant Kenny J. So they now my military buddies thinking I'm the Shazam.
Right.
All these women, and they want to talk to them, and so some of the women, you know, now the thing about line dance women, it ain't how cute you are, it ain't how much money you got, is do you know those dances?
That's it.
You're on that lady and you don't know the dance, she ain't got time for you. So they would say, yo, Kenny J, what's up with her? I said, you need to learn the line dance. You need to learn. So those brothers said, oh, I got to get into this. So utilize that asset. Those women are an asset. But, you know, at the same time, we have to respect our women too. We're not using them as guinea pigs or anything of that sort, but they can bring the brothers in, because brothers, you know, we're thick and bold and hard and on the outside, but we all mushy on the inside. Because one thing we don't want to do, brothers, you have to find a way to get them to be comfortable, because they don't want to go into nobody's class with that uncertainty and not knowing how to do the dance, because they're there. Let's cut to the chase. They're there to impress the women that they're
absolutely
women. So they're there to impress. And if they can't do that dance, they're going to be embarrassed. So you have to find a way to overcompensate so that they're not embarrassed in front of those women in there. So you give them some things that you know they can do just to build up their confidence, and let them have that little moment of, oh, that was my moment. I did that thing. It was tough getting the brothers to come in.
Yeah.
And let me say this too, because I'm not sure if you're aware of it. This is something that I think you should take advantage of. Do you know Isha Hutchinson?
I don't.
He's out of Texas. He's with the 410, and every month we have a men's call to action. And what it is all the men related to line dancing, we get on it's either a Zoom or a Teams meeting, and we talk about any and everything. What's going on in our health? We talked about George Floyd. We talked about the elections. We talked about it's not just line dancing. It's just if you got something on your mind and you want to share it. So and it's a beautiful thing, because the other thing that it allows you to do is meet other brothers in line dancing, and they can tell you how they're, because this is one of the topics that came up. How do we get more brothers into this? So
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I did get an email about that. I think I signed up for that.
Okay.
What's his name? Queen, what's the couple that I thought was going to be on there today? Marquise hit me up.
Marquise is on there. He's on there.
Okay, yeah, he hit me up. He invited me to that. So yeah, I'm gonna click into that next time we have it. I'll do that.
That's a good thing.
Okay, cool. But I enjoy it. I try to tell my guys all the time, come on out here, line dance, have some fun. You know, and I teach it basic. We have a good time. But they be on my live when I do the live. I do it in the class, and at the last 15 minutes, I'll go do a 15-minute workout blast, and we'll go through what we learned. So the guys be on there comment like, I'm gonna be there Friday, but they ain't showing up. That's it. I tell them they ain't about that life. You got to be about that life to line dance. You got to be about that life.
That's true.
But it's
and when they get in, they're in. Once they
right.
But once they're in, they're in.
That's true. So I want to ask you, Kenny, on your page you had a quote. It says, "You do you, and I'll do me. Somebody say easy."
Somebody say too easy. So
somebody say too easy. Sorry, yeah, too easy.
Somebody say too easy. That's been me from day one since I started I Am Kenny J. And the whole idea, and it relates to what you were just talking about, Lamont, is, and what I shared with you. It's in my mind, from my perspective, there is no such thing as a quote unquote hard dance. It's easy if you, as the instructor, can break it down to the most simplistic manner. I'm going to take a dance, and you say, okay, that's an advanced dance. And then I'm going to show you the steps. And I'm going to say to you, okay, well, you tell me when we do an advanced step. Break it down. Okay, we just did that step. Somebody say too easy. Go to the next one. Somebody say too easy. And it keeps going. Because, you know, the advanced portion or the hard portion is the remembering, is the retaining. But the step itself, now, don't get me wrong, there are folks out there that have difficulty doing some of the steps. But when you think about it and when you break it down to them, it's really too easy. And you do you and I'll do me, because line dancing is that thing that everybody's doing the same thing, yet everybody's doing it differently. And then don't get caught up in, I got to do it like him or her, or she thinks she can do it better than me, or I got to. No, you do you and I'll do me. In other words, do you, have fun with it. Do it your way. And don't let anybody tell you that you're doing it wrong.
Right.
Now, you might not do the step like I taught you to do it, but once you get it and you add your flavor to it, that's you. Do you. Do you, and I'll do me.
Hey, I like that, Kenny. I like that. Hey, because sometimes when I'm teaching my class and we doing like a walk around, an 8 count, and it's a half turn 8 count, and we're gonna start over. So I tell them how I do it, and I tell them I don't care what you do, but on the 8th count, you need to be facing this wall. I don't care if you just turn around and get a sip of water, but on count 8. You need to be facing this wall, you know. So they say, why, how you do the crossover? Don't worry about that. If you can't do it yet, just on the 8 count, I need you facing this wall.
And see, we as instructors, we have to be cognizant of who we're teaching. It's just like with speaking. You have to speak to your audience. If you come in and you start using big words that people in that particular group are not familiar with, you're not getting your message across. If you come in and you're in a group that can understand big words and you use slang, you're not getting your message across. So what's more important than teaching the dance exactly the way the choreographer does the dance is getting the message across. Get the message across. This is what I'd like you to do. Now, you also have to keep in mind, not everybody is as agile as you. Not everybody is as flexible, as athletic as you. So you have to find ways, or at least witness ways, that they can get to that same objective. Like you said, on count 8, be at that front wall. You should be as long as you know it's not about you. Everybody's not going to dance like you. And what's easy to you is not easy to them. It puts you in a better place. And then And the way I convey that is just tell them again, you do you, and I'll do me.
There it is.
I was gonna say I really got something. I really got a lot out of that because I have some people in my class who, like you said, they on the beat and they on the right wall, but their step doesn't look nothing like mine sometimes. And I'll be like, that, that's not right. That's not. But I understand from that as long as they're on the beat, like you said, they're on the right wall and they stepping, they're doing something, moving, and it looks similar to what you're teaching them, then it's okay. So that's why I created. It's called the Practice Drill DVD. And my practice drill, when I start my class, we go over drills, like a drill sergeant would teach you, left, right, up, right. But we do like gum off the shoe.
Oh, I hear the drill sergeant in you.
So,
You about to shine.
I did that so that at least they would know the basics. So when I say a sailor step or a coaster step, at least they know what I'm talking about. So, and hearing you say that, that's really good because when I see them doing it different or not what I taught them to do, I'm like, okay, did I teach it right or did they get it wrong? But it's just that they're doing them.
Right. Hey, right quick, Kenny, before we jump in, let's go ahead and do this halfway in. This is Let's Talk Soul Line Dance. This is with Queen Sheila as your host. This is your boy Fry. Today we are in an interview with Kenny J from New Jersey. I am Kenny J Production. We're doing that today, so we're having a great show today. You want to subscribe to our YouTube channel or our Facebook, all right? So you can follow us every Sunday. Right now, it's at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, all right? 6 o'clock Eastern Time. You can donate to the show. Cash App is $the LDC or PayPal, paypal.me/Queen Sheila. If you want to donate to the show, we've been going on now for a while. What show is this, Queen? 15 or 16? This
is show number 20.
Show number 20. So show number 20, we're going to keep it going. Well, we actually just interview line dance instructors. We say all over the world. It's people that you probably have heard about. If you follow line dance on YouTube, you may have seen Kenny J's name, maybe seen him in the line dance. So people come on the show. We just like to bring it together, kind of bridge the gap so you can know about the person that you're doing the line dance, that was the choreography of it, or just to get to meet them, because one day we'll all meet up somewhere, especially when this Corona thing is less and more. And you bump into them like, hey, I know you, Kenny. Hey, I know you, Lamont. Hey, I know you, Queen. I seen you on the show. So that's what we are. Okay. So we're going to keep it going. It's a 45-minute show. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in. You can always share it. It's not over because we're still talking. And we're going to turn it back to Kenny. Kenny J, you were saying something before I jumped in with the information.
No, I was going to say to Queen, as an instructor, and when you're looking at your students and you're seeing them doing different things, I guarantee you, if you go back to the choreographer, his joy is that people are doing his dance. Not that they didn't get that. He's not looking at him and saying, oh my God, that's not how I did the step. Or that he's like, oh, they're doing my dance. They're doing my dance. That's his joy. So the mere fact that they're trying it, that's bringing him pleasure.
Hey, you know what, Kenny? That's a good point. When I came out with I'm Blessed, I didn't know Queen. I done all this because one day I was in a time in my life to where when that song came out, my wife called me and was like, "Hey, you need to make a line dance to this song." I was like, "Who is it? What is it?" She's like, Charlie Wilson. She know I love Charlie Wilson, and so I'm listening to the song. And I'm like, "Man, cool." So I'll play it over and over. So I did the line dance, right? And I get this call from Queen, which I got an inbox from her. I'm thinking, who is Queen and why they spell it with a W? And so I'm like, so she leaves me a message like, it's Queen from Tampa. We're doing your line dance. I'm thinking, okay, whatever. So I go out on YouTube and I'm looking and I see these 4 or 5 women with these lights on their shoes down at the riverfront. I guess it was in Tampa. And I'm like, and they doing I'm Blessed. I'm like, who are these ladies, right? Well, it's a part on it that they do it different from me, like you say, but I didn't care how they did it. I'm like the fact that this line dance don't reach Tampa that quick and they killing it. I mean, I'm like, man, wow.
Absolutely.
We all finally met up and I went to Tampa for a symposium and they did the dance. They did it their way. I did it my way. But on the A count, we was all facing the right way. It don't make no difference. It's not about how they do it, because a lot of people that's new, they don't know what a cellar step is. They don't know what a kickball chain is. So I just count everything, you know, right foot back, left foot back, rock, 2, 3, 4. And they be on it, because I guarantee if I said cellar step, they're gonna stop and be like, but you know, but that's where it's at. At the end of the day, Kenny, like you said, man, you said you're a guy that likes to laugh and enjoy life and this and the other, and that's what it's about, man. This line dance puts you in a spot where you just enjoying the moment, you enjoying it, you can't wait to get to it, exercise and whatever, but you get to meet great people and you get to have fun out there on the dance floor, cutting it up and just chopping it up with your friends. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I wanted to say one other thing, that Kenny, I Am Kenny J Productions will be performing in Minnesota at J Most big event in June, right? Is it June, Kenny?
First weekend in June, yes.
First weekend in June.
Wow.
I'm gonna be there. I already got my ticket. But Kenny J's production team, they will be performing in a competition. And it's going to be awesome. And I'm so excited.
Wow.
I just want to say congratulations for being a part of, of the production or having your team there. It's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait. Got my ticket. I got to figure out what I'm going to wear, because you got to be cute when you go to these different events. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, you start off cute, but y'all dance all night. Look, I think I'd be the youngest one in there, and I'd be like, man, look, we was in Augusta, and they and I was hosting the for the Augusta's what was Soul Sliders, and they dancing, and we getting it. After about the third hour, I was like, I'm going back to the hotel room. But they dance all night, which I love it. So listen, right quick, here's the number across the screen. If you're looking at the show, listen to the show right now, the trivia question for today. So the number is 813-407-1216. The trivia question. Now, he is originally, Kenny J is originally from where? Where is he originally from? Now, we got on the screen, we say Kenny J, New Jersey, blah, blah, blah. Where is Kenny J? Where did he say that he was originally from? If you can call in and answer that question, Queen Sheila got a prize for you, a gift for you, if you've been paying attention to the show. So you can call in. You can call in with a question, or you can give this answer, or have a question and give the answer. All right, 813-407-1216. All right. So Kenny, so you said that you're divorced and everything. So do you have any kids? Do they do they line dance, or what's the status of that?
Yeah. My son and I are like night and day. So
Okay.
he had no interest in line dancing. As a matter of fact, my son lives in Sweden. So
Oh wow. Okay.
Wow.
and no, he's not in the military. Typically, when I tell people my son is in Sweden, it's, oh, he's in the military. No, he actually met his friend online, and they did that thing where she come to the States for 2 weeks, he'd go there for 2 weeks, and they did that for a couple years. In 2017,
Okay.
2017, he went over, and I got an email, a message from him, yo, Dad, I don't think I'm coming back. And I was like, whoa. What most dads say, do you know what you're doing? And he's been there ever since. He comes home and visits. So, but I've yet to get over there. I keep saying I was planning on going last year, but you know what happened there. So
Yeah. All right. Well, we got a caller, Queen.
Yes, we have a caller on the phone. Go ahead, caller. What's your question, or you want to answer a trivia question? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Melva.
Yes,
We have Melva Stennis on the phone. Melva, what's your question, or are you answering the trivia?
I'm answering the trivia question. So Kenny J is originally from Maryland.
Okay, is that answer right, Kenny?
She said you're from Maryland.
that's correct.
All right. Okay.
Yes,
Well,
all right.
Miss Melba, you have won a gift. Queen is going to get your information from you, and you are going to receive a gift. Thank you. And she's the one also that's actually in the on the stream. She actually put up here. Thanks for your service, Mr. Kenny J. So she's been listening to the entire show. So yeah, she was on it. Congratulations.
Okay. Y'all go ahead and talk. I'm gonna get her information. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
All right, so Kenny, so how often do you actually have your classes, or I mean, do you have classes, or you have the production group? So do y'all have class? What do you all do?
We have not started back up.
Okay.
So I will tell you, when I first got into it, I taught every day.
Oh wow.
every day. Let me tell you my schedule now. So at this particular time, I was in the reserves, in the Army Reserves. I
Okay.
had a 9 to 5. I was in the Army Reserves. We had what we call drills on the first weekend of the month. So
Mhm.
let's talk about that first weekend of the month. So Monday, so I worked in Philadelphia, in the center city, Philadelphia. Right across the street from my office was a
Mhm.
fitness center who hired me to do line dancing as a fitness activity. So
Wow.
on Tuesdays and Thursdays at lunch, I would do that. So Monday, I go to work. I have a Monday night class in Trenton, New Jersey from 6 to 8. A 30-minute ride away is the YMCA in Burlington. So 6 to 8, I had a class in Trenton. At 8:30, I had a class at the Burlington YMCA on Monday night. On
Wow.
Tuesdays afternoon, I had the fitness center class, and then Tuesday night I had a class in a place called Delran, New Jersey, at a hairdresser. She would push her chairs back off the floor, and I would teach there on Tuesday nights.
That's what
Wow.
I'm talking about.
On Wednesdays, I dance with the Dave Bush dancers, so we had rehearsal every Wednesday night. On Thursdays, I had that Thursday afternoon class at the fitness center, and then in Willingboro, New Jersey, there was the VFW hall. I had a class there in Willingboro, and then on Fridays, I had a class in Lawnside, New Jersey. So we had a class from 6 to 8, and then on the first Friday, there was a place called Dagenhart's.
Mhm.
A guy named Butch Thomas. He'd host this big line dance party, hold about 500 people. We go there on Friday nights, and then first thing Saturday morning, I had to be at drill. And then Saturday night, there's this place called the Stardust, and it holds about 1,000 people. So there wasn't no way in the world I was going to miss that. So Saturday night, I go to the Stardust. Now that's closing down about 2 o'clock, and I got to be back at drill on Sunday morning at 5 o'clock. So I'm going to the Stardust, and then Sunday morning I'm back at drill, and then starts all back over on Monday.
Wow.
So you actually told the truth when you first started. You said line dancing was your full-time job, brother. It sure is.
But I tell you, I got smart. And I realized that I was spending entirely too much time. So then I started I Am Kenny J Productions, and then what I did was I taught people to be instructors.
Woo.
So then
Yes.
I did not have to teach everything.
Uh-huh.
I had people in my organization, people up in North Jersey teaching under the I Am Kenny J umbrella. And we went the extra step. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Sharon Holmes. She has the ICLDI certification program. You know,
Uh-huh.
people didn't believe that certification was a necessity, but whether it's a necessity or not, I thought it looked good. So
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
my instructors, they went under her umbrella and got certified. So then I had people in South Jersey, in Central Jersey and North Jersey teaching under the I Am Kenny J umbrella, to the extent that I went from teaching every day to teaching just one day a week. And it was beautiful because it was a good feeling saying, oh, it's 6 o'clock on Monday. I don't have to be at such and such place. I don't have to. Oh, it was a good feeling, to the extent that people started saying, yo, Kenny, we want you to teach another class. And it was hard to come back and do more than one class a week. So, but now since COVID, we've been shut down pretty much like everybody else.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking we're going to start back right now. The idea is to start back up in June. Not sure to what extent yet. We're still playing things by ear, still being cautious and watching how things. So when I come back from Minneapolis, I'm going to take a look at, the lay of the land, and then make some decisions then. So
there it is. Man, hey, I applaud you, brother. I applaud you. And one thing I always say, successful people duplicate. If you duplicate, then people up under you, then it passes on, and it gives you a time to rest because you was busy 8 days a week. 8 days, not 7, 8 days a week. So,
I will tell you, I owe my success to I Am Kenny J Productions, to the people that are members of I Am Kenny J Productions.
Yeah.
Sometimes real cautious and you're reluctant to giving respect where respect is due or credit where credit is due. If not for those people, I wouldn't be on this podcast today.
There you go. And I say that all the time. Ken, you know I'm queen, so my team is prince and princess. I have guys who are prince, and I have the ladies who are princess. And you're right. Without them, you don't need me. You don't need an instructor if you don't have any students. You know, so I appreciate them. If you see any podcast, I'll say Queen Sheila, the Line Dance Connection, Princess so-and-so, or Prince so-and-so, because I always want to give them the honor that they're due, because they're the ones who make up the Line Dance Connection. Me by myself is just Queen Sheila, but all of us make a team. So I appreciate that. That's a good,
It's about ownership, Queen. It's about, and what the thing that I try to implement in I Am Kenny J Productions, I'm Kenny J. This is what I say to them. I'm Kenny J, but you are I Am Kenny J. So this is your thing just as much as it's mine. Now I have this vision, I have this thought process, but you make it go. You put it all together. You make it work. You keep the wheels spinning. And as long as the people in your organization, as long as they feel empowered, as long as they feel partnered, as long as they feel it's theirs, they're going to do right by you.
That's it. That's it. I have my line dance class is line dancing with your boy Fry, and I don't have like a group and it's. I used to be involved with, but I don't, because I didn't want to be just have a group and say this person can't come to this group, whatever. So anyway, but when I go to class and I teach, there are other people from different that teach at different centers and stuff that come to my class, and I tell everybody in there, I say, if you are an instructor, you need to space yourself out and help somebody close by you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is not a me thing. This is not a me thing. We all out here trying to have some fun. We trying to get in shape. We trying to stay healthy, especially with this COVID thing. Y'all space out. And if some of them come and be like, hey, Fry, can you teach this? I was like, do you know it? Because I know I probably know it. Like, you know what? Well, you know what? You teach it next week. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Let's enjoy. I mean, it's fun. It's a thing that should not be stressful. It's a thing that should be shared. It's a thing that should be uplifting everybody and having a good time and just get moving and keep moving, because I love it. I love it. I mean,
you said it, man. Share the wealth.
Yeah.
The reality is there's so much of it. There's plenty to go around. But unfortunately, we all don't see it that way. But I'm going to continue to see it that way. And it sounds like you see it that way.
Absolutely.
I was going to say, too, what gets me is whenever I say I'm a line dance instructor, they say, oh, country? Like, country line dancing is the only type of line dancing in the world. And I believe that it's because we, as R&B or hip hop or whatever you want to call it, soul line dance instructors, we don't lift each other up, like you said. If we lifted each other and told everybody about this thing that we're doing, that we take serious, then more people would know that there's other type of line dances besides country.
And that's so true. And I will tell you, when I first started, and trying, whenever I go to introduce myself to, hey, I have a line dance class. Oh, I'm going to get my boots. I'm going to get my hat. I said, well, no, that's not the music we listen to. But I think we've gotten past that now because of the exposure we've gotten with YouTube, Facebook, and all the social media. You know, there's so many people say, oh, I got to learn that. And I will tell you, Queen, even outside of country, there is another genre of line dancing that's very much similar to what we do. The difference is it's predominantly done by Caucasians. It's called progressive line dancing, and they use the same music. They use pop music, they use soul music, R&B, they use country and western. It's a mixture. It's the same thing we do, except the predominant dancer is Caucasian, whereas we do R&B and the predominant dancer is African American. But I'm happy it's announced that I am, quote unquote, sort of a liaison between the soul line dance and the progressive world. And we're commingling a lot of our dances now. And a lot of people probably have no clue. Come Dance With Me, that came from that world. We put it to a different form. The Charlie Wilson, I'm thinking of Charlie Wilson, one of his songs, I can't live without you. I can't live without you. That came from that world. There's so many dances that we do, and we don't. And sometimes we say, "Oh, I don't know who choreographed this." 9 times out of 10, that's because it came from a different genre. So what I get to you now is yes, there was a time when people didn't know of and didn't recognize soul line dancing, but now we are known, we are recognized, and we're recognized by a lot of people. And so,
Yes, it's definitely growing.
hats off to you instructors and you choreographers that put your stuff out there. People know who you are now.
Yeah, yeah, and that's always a good thing. And it's almost like I hear like the Whitney Houston song. I forgot which song it was, but it's a country song also. So it's a country song. But Whitney Houston sings it also. And when I heard it on a soundtrack, I was like, "That's Whitney Houston song." Well, it's like a country song can be turned to an R&B song, and R&B can turn. It's the same thing, you know. It's just like line dancing. It's like so. That's why I tell people don't put so much pressure on yourself about getting it right or wrong. Just as long as you're enjoying it and your own step and your own beat and you're doing it, enjoy the moment because it is a movement. Because one of my guys hit me up and said, "Man, you tell me it's a line dance to every song?" I said, "It's just like it's just like an app." You know, when the apps first came out, they said it's an app for that. You know, hey, you got traffic, it's an app for that. Hey, you got tennis shoes, it's an app for that. It's just like line dancing. Hey, it's a line dance song to that. Yep, long time.
With that being said, I'll tell people, like, when I go places, like, people hire me. I do, again, this is a job. I get hired to do weddings, parties, and so forth and so forth. And when I go there, you know, I'll meet people and say, "Yes, I'm going to teach you line dancing." And one of the common responses I get, "Well, I know them all." I know whenever a person said to me, and I tell people this, if anyone ever tells you they know every line dance, they're not a line dancer. Because there's nobody that knows every line dance. Because just like you said, right now, while we're doing this, somebody's creating a dance to something right now. A dance is being created every second of the minute. So when people come to me and say, "Oh, I know every line dance," you can't teach me nothing. I already know they have no clue. They're not part of the line dance community.
Right, absolutely. All right, well, Queen, we're almost about to wrap this up. You have announcements and everything that you need to do. All right, let's run through them.
Okay, if you would like to be a guest on Let's Talk Soul Line Dance, then you can hit us up on Let's Talk Soul Line Dance at gmail.com, or you can give us a call at 813-407-1216. Please subscribe to our YouTube and our Facebook channels. So it's Let's Talk Soul Line Dance and the Line Dance Connection. So then we have, listen, I got to tell you a secret. I know you both y'all gentlemen already know, but I want y'all to tell everybody. You know, usually you tell a secret, you don't want nobody to tell nobody, but I want y'all to tell everybody. We are having our annual Urban Dance Symposium here in Tampa, Florida, October 1st and 2nd. And the two gentlemen you see on the screen are both instructors. Woo! I'm excited. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm calm down. Okay, and so the annual Urban Dance Symposium is going to be awesome. This year, the theme is Together We Can, United We Stand. And we're also going to do what do you call it? Paparazzi type thing. You know how when you look at it on TV, the awards, and they interviewed everybody on the red carpet, but all the stars. Well, everyone who attends will be a star that night. So we go Night at the Oscars. That's what it's called. So come on out and join us. Like I said, you can either not Cash App. You can email us or you can call. Okay, and also with our donations, the Line Dance Connection or $THE. Or PayPal is paypal.me/Queen Sheila. And my Queen is spelled with a W. It's QWEENSHEILA. Line dance tips. Never walk through a line of dancers across the floor. Always walk around the floor or wait till the dance is over. You see a lot of people do that. While you're line dancing, they walking through, the people line dancing. So that's a line dance tip. Never walk through a line of dancers across the floor. Always walk around the floor or wait until they're finished. Then we have reasons to dance into shape. Protect your body against disease. Because the more we dance, it's like fighting. The more we fight off, disease. So we just keep our body moving. The disease can't get in most of the time. So we can fight it off with that. Okay. So let's see what else I have. I'm so excited, y'all. So now I have my shout outs. Every week, I shout out to several teams, line dance teams. So I'm going to go down that list really quick. We have Adrian Woods, Adrian's Feet in Motion line dancers out of Mableton, Georgia. We have Alethea Puddin Mayhem, Soul Line Review TV and Events out of DeLand, Tampa, Florida. DeLand/Tampa, Florida. Alvina Pro Model, Command Steppers, line dancers out of Twin City, Minnesota. Anna Marie Houchin, belly dance classes out of South Carolina. We have Answorth Robinson, Memphis Mid-South line dancers out of Memphis, Tennessee. Archie B Experience out of Kirby, Texas. Excuse me, Bernadette's line dance class out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Brenda Pearson Scanting, Jazz Code Line Dance Dream Team out of Jacksonville, Florida. Candy Lowe, Black Business Productions out of Tampa, Florida. And definitely last but not least, Kenny J. I Am Kenny J Productions out of Willingboro, New Jersey. Did I say that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Willingboro, New Jersey. All right. So we want to thank you for tuning into our podcast today. We will be here next Sunday at 6 o'clock. And next Sunday, we are interviewing, I believe, Tina Jackson, MTLD12 out of Chicago, Illinois. We'll be interviewing Tina Jackson. And I'm just so excited. So we ask you to please like, subscribe, and tell your friends about us. Every Sunday, right now at 6 o'clock on Sundays, we'll be on Eastern Time. So it depends on where you are in the country. I'm your host, Queen Sheila. Let's Talk Soul Line Dance. And I want you to know.
Hold on. Before we go, let's let Kenny have a last word. Then you'll do your spiel, then I'll close it out. So, Kenny, you want to leave one? Thank you for coming on the show. Me and Queen really appreciate you taking the time out to come on the show and sharing everything that you share. So, if you want to give some last words, remarks, it can be about anything. Your time to shine. Go ahead. On you.
So yes. So I've been doing this since 2003. So I'm at that stage. I'm at that fork in the road where I'm saying to myself, is it time for me to get out? And there have been times when I got to that fork and I would say, no, don't get out. And I would say no because I wasn't comfortable. I kind of took ownership of this R&B line dance world. And I wasn't comfortable with those who I thought I'd be leaving it to, so to speak. However, I'm at a place now where I have a whole new level of comfort. And, I'm just going to mention a few people, but I know I'm going to leave some out. But because of the likes of Marcus, Andrea Christopher, and Shanta, and Gerard Porter, and Isha Hutchison, I'm watching these guys. It's a new world. And these guys are the guys that's kind of running this thing now, taking the reins and leading this charge. I appreciate the attitudes and the style, the charisma, the fortitude that they have and they present in line dance, in this line dance world. It's not a crabs in the barrel look with those guys. Those guys are it's all about line dancing, helping each other. So I appreciate people like that. And don't get me wrong, I named a few people. There are others out there too. And as a matter of fact, because I'm really just knowing about this, so I like the role that you guys are playing. And with that, it gives me a level of comfort to say, I done passed my torch. It's now time for someone else to carry the next leg. And I feel comfortable. It makes it easier for me to say, okay, Kenny J, you go take a back seat, sit down and rest. You've done your job. And I just want to give a shout out to those people that are keeping the soul line dancing, the R&B line dancing, the hustles, keeping it going in a positive, in a good light. And I can't leave out, even though she's old school, Sharon Holmes. She's doing the certification program. She still has good intentions for the line dance community. So my point is, there's a lot of good people out there in this line dance world. We just got to recognize those people and stop talking about all the negative stuff that others are doing. Talk about the positive things that the good people are doing. And I'll leave you with that.
I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Queen, go ahead and leave your spiel, baby.
Okay, I was going to say, Kenny, make sure you add Let's Talk Soul Line Dance, that you were an interviewee on our podcast, to your resume. Because that's going to be some clout, some more clout to what you already have. And I was going to say, I don't know if you know, but I am the Southern Division Director for the ICLDI. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait a minute, I do think I did see your name. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So we're in the same family. We're in the ICLDI family. Yes. So in closing, I just want to say, my mother always used to say, love is no good unless you give it away. So here's some of mine. See you in Minnesota. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. I love you, I appreciate you, and look forward to seeing you soon. So Lamont, you have the final remarks tonight, because whenever it's a guy, he has to put me out. So thank you.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
you.
Hey, listen. I'm going to just say, man, again, Kenny, thanks for being on the show. It was nice meeting you. Nice finally get to see a face of the name that I've seen across platforms and everything else. So I look forward to actually physically meeting you in October in Tampa. Queen, you know how I feel about you. I love you. I thank you for putting this show together and the people that are viewing. So I'm going to leave y'all with these words: the power. The power. You have the power to control what you want to control. If it's a negative atmosphere, you have the power not to respond. If it's a situation that's stressful, you have the power not to be stressed. You have the power. Control your power. And in that way, your positive energy will go more towards positive things than putting too much energy on negative things. But you control the power. Nobody controls you unless you allow them to control you and take away your power. And at that, you will see yourself not growing to the next level. We're going to the next level. You have the power. Let's go there together. This is your boy Fried in Nashville, Tennessee. Y'all have a great rest of your day. I'm out of here. I'll holler at you later. Peace.
All right. Thank you.
Dish your man down.